I'm in a unique position to have a level of influence on my community. And what I post does not mean that I support everything that's being said or everything that's being done or I'm campaigning for anything. All I do is post things for my people in my community and those that it's actually going to impact. Anybody else that has criticism, it obviously wasn't meant for them. I am no different than the next human being, so don't treat me any different. You guys come in here and make up this powerful influence I have over top of the adultery of, oh, you cannot post that. Why not?
Why did you decide to promote something that Alex Jones said?
That was a few weeks ago. I do not stand with Alex Jones' position, narrative, court case that he had with Sandy Hook, or any of the kids that felt like they had to relive trauma, or parents that had to relive trauma, or to be dismissive to all the lives that were lost during that tragic event. My post was a post from Alex Jones that he did in the early 90s or late 90s about secret societies in America of occults, and it's true. So I wasn't identifying with anything of being a campaignist for Alex Jones or anything. I'm just there to post, and it's funny, and it's actually hilarious because out of all the things I posted that day, that was the one post that everyone chose to see. It just goes back to the way our world is and works. I'm not here to complain about it. I just exist.
And to follow up on the promotion of the movie and the book.
Can you please stop calling it a promotion? What am I promoting?
Put it out on your platform.
But I'm promoting it? Do you see me in front of
putting it out there,
the
people
title?
are going to say that you are
Yeah, I
promoting.
put it out there just like you put things out there, right?
Yeah, but
Okay.
It's not
you put
stuff,
things out there for a living, right?
Right, but my stuff
Great.
is not
So let's move on.
filled
Let's
with
move on.
anti-Semitic
Let's
stuff.
move on. Don't dehumanize me up here.
I'm not doing
I'm
that.
another
You're
human
free
being.
to post
I can post whatever I want. So
can post
say
what-
that and shut it down and move on to the next question.
But Kyrie, you have to understand that by
I don't have to understand anything from you.
It's
Nothing.
not me.
Nothing.
By
It's no
posting
people that
what
you're
you
making
did,
up, bro. Move on.
But by posting
Move
what
on.
you
Next
did,
question.
Anybody
Do
is
you
going
guys
to
have
look
any more
at
questions
it,
for
and
me?
they're going to say,
You guys have any more
does he have
questions? Because this is going to be a clip.
anti-Semitic
This is going to be a clip that he's going to marvel at. Is this any more questions?
But you're not answering the question.
Oh, this is another answering your question. Oh my God, let's make another Instagram clip so we could be famous again. Next question.
That exchange with Nick Friedel the other night after the game. And look, if he keeps making a big thing out of the word promotion, that is promotion. If on your social media you say, boom, here's a link to this, that tells me, hey, you should watch this. Correct? He's got 17 million Instagram followers, another 5 million or so on Twitter. You're all over social media. Do you ever put something out there, Shaq, that does not represent something that you feel?
I was probably one of the first guys on Twitter. And when I realized the power it had, I knew I had to be very responsible. Followers, platform, whatever you call it, I knew I had to be responsible. I try to make people happy. I try to make people smile. My formula has always been the same. 60% to make you laugh, 30% to inspire you, and 10% whatever I'm selling. You have to be aware of what you're doing. And you have to be aware that sometimes when you put stuff out, not everybody's gonna like it. Some people are conscious, some people are not. I could tell he's not conscious, he doesn't really care what's going on. But us, I know that the game that we used to love and we promote, it brings people together. And it hurts me sometimes when we have to sit up here to talk about stuff that divides the game. Now we got to answer for what this idiot has done. I stand for equality of all people. I've always been like that. Don't matter what religion, no matter.
Look, you see what happens? You see what happens when black people start to question the mainstream ideas. Us as black people, right? We should know that because of individuals, right? Individual groups of people, our history has been destroyed. We've been made to forget where we come from. Our own native tongues destroyed. We have to start over from scratch. Matter of fact, I was about to say we had to start from the bottom. We've had to start over from below the bottom. We've had to start from 6 feet under, okay? So when people start to question the things that they wrote down in the history books, because guess what? The winners write the history books. Look how they get other black people to start shooking and jiving to discredit you. Yeah, I agree. You know, when he was making a point about the promotion thing, the word. Yeah, you know, if you post something, bro, you're promoting it. You post something, whatever. But the point still stands. Look what happens when you speak up.
Where you from? I could say shalom, salam alaikum, ni hao, sebon, because that's how I was raised. So I don't really want to sit up here and answer questions for what he's done. You know, if you're looking at me, it's my job to make people happy. I can't speak for him and, you know, answer for you know, what he's doing. It's obviously by his answers and the way he answers, he doesn't really care.
Chuck,
I think the NBA dropped the ball.
in what way?
I think he should have been suspended. I think Adam should have suspended him. First of all, Adam's Jewish. You can't take my $40 million and insult my religion. You're going to insult me, you have the right, but I have the right to say, no, you're not going to take my $40 million and insult my religion. I think the NBA, they made a mistake. We have suspended people and fined people who have made homophobic slurs, and that was the right thing to do. I think if you insult the black community, you should be suspended or fined heavily, depending. I saw they did the same thing to the kid in Minnesota this year when he made the gay slur. I think you should get suspended or fined. I think him acknowledging the Alex Jones thing should have happened with that too, because that dude's crazy. And I can't believe that we ain't talking about that. We're talking about this idiot. And when you say, if I say, hey, I'm agreeing with this movie, this book, or whatever, I'm agreeing with it. I'm not going to first of all, you know I don't do any social media, but when you're somebody as great as basketball like him, people going to listen to you, what you say. And there's some fringe people out there, but like I say, I blame the NBA. He should have been suspended. And
You can tell that these people talking, right? Charles Barkley, they don't even believe what they're saying, bro. And man, hey, you can say that's speculation. But just coming off of the body language, coming off of how he's talking, bro, this man is just saying what they're supposed to say because they don't own their name, body, and likeness in perpetuity of the universe, as Dave Chappelle said. You know who owns them? Their bosses. So they have to say what their bosses want them to say. Now, I don't know too much about the Negroes to Hebrews to Negroes movie or book or whatever. I don't know too much about the research and the data. I just know that it is a idea that some people have and they feel that it's backed up in certain research. I haven't dove into it, so I'm not going to say if it's wrong or not because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a majority of people don't know. What we do know is that a lot of history for black people, Africans, has been taken, warped, and destroyed. So to just write it off as bullshit, hearsay, anti-Semitic, not going for it. You know what I'm saying? Not going for it. But again, I'm definitely going to do some more research on the topic. But you could tell these people are shooking and jiving for their masters right now. Master! Look at them.
We've got some breaking news tonight from the NBA. The Brooklyn Nets have announced that they are suspending point guard Kyrie Irving for at least 5 games without pay. The suspension comes after a recent controversy where Irving shared a link to an anti-Semitic film last week. The team says that he has refused to acknowledge that the documentary had hateful material. Mr. Irving also refused to unequivocally say that he has no anti-Semitic beliefs. A statement from the team reads in part, quote, "We are of the view that he, Mr. Irving, is currently unfit to be associated with the Brooklyn Nets. We have decided that Kyrie will serve a suspension without pay until he satisfies a series of objective remedial measures that address the harmful impact of his conduct," unquote. Again, the breaking news from the NBA, Kyrie Irving of the Brooklyn Nets is suspended without pay for at least 5 games after sharing a link to an anti-Semitic documentary on social media.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow.
They gonna show him talking?
Jewish groups are growing increasingly alarmed over what they say is an increase in anti-Semitic rhetoric in politics, getting mainstreamed, if you will. It's showing up in pop culture and obviously now in the world of sports. In Nevada, for example, anti-hate groups. In a joint statement with the Anti-Defamation League, he stated that he opposes all forms of hatred and oppression. But here was his answer today when he was asked if he's anti-Semitic.
Told you guys how I felt. I respect all walks of life and embrace all walks of life. That's where I sit.
I think what people want to hear, though, is just a yes or no on that question. Yes or no.
I cannot be anti-Semitic if I know where I come from.
Joined now by Jonathan Greenblatt, CEO and the National Director of the Anti-Defamation League. Jonathan, simple question. Why is Kyrie Irving still an employee of the Brooklyn Nets and still playing basketball?
See, and here's the thing too, right? These claims that black people are Jews, are the real Jews, the real Hebrew Israelites. I've seen that before. I never really thought too much of it because I just don't know, never did the research, wasn't really worried about it. Now I feel compelled to do more research on it and see what they're howling about. But the thing is, they're just saying that it's anti-Semitic, but they're not breaking down, they're not explaining why their claims are wrong. Isn't that strange? Out of everything I've seen, all these professionals, all these ADL, Anti-Defamation League, why is nobody explaining why black people aren't Jews? No one is saying that they're not. You know what I mean? So if you're not debunking their claims, what is it that's anti-Semitic? What's anti-Semitic about it? They're not saying what it is. Isn't that weird? They're not saying what it is, bro. Tell me what it is so I know. Let's see if this guy says it.
Well, I think you have to ask the Brooklyn Nets that, not me, but I will tell you what he said today was really troubling, disappointing, and just downright wrong. When someone asks you whether or not you're anti-Semitic, the answer is, or should be, no. Period, full stop. That you don't support anti-Semitism.
He literally said, I can't be anti-Semitic. Same shit.
That you don't support anti-Jewish hate, just like you shouldn't support all forms of hate. The reality is I think what we talked about last night, what we agreed to with the Nets and with Kyrie, was a real step forward, Chuck. The notion of funding new anti-Semitism education to address the ignorance that's often behind anti-Jewish hate.
You know what? Trump was right, bro. Trump was right when he said the media is the enemy of the people. This is crazy. It's crazy. This really is crazy, bro. Damn. They're literally just telling you something's wrong, but they're not telling you why it's wrong. Why is what he said wrong? Why? Same thing with Kanye. They can't tell you why it's wrong. And they focus on the parts that everyone already agrees with.
And creating, if you will, community conversations in Brooklyn and beyond to talk about black-Jewish relations. That's where we need to go to create dialogue and healing so we move forward. But it starts with accountability. That's what was so disappointing about what he said today.
Well, Jonathan, it really is. It always is more troubling to me whenever there's anti-Semitism or racism between somebody who's Jewish and somebody who's African-American. It's like, hey, we've been on the same side of this. You know, we've each had to help each other in these bad times. It really bothers me when we see this.
Right. Isn't it interesting? The movie's on Amazon. Anyone can go and watch it. Why aren't they going after Amazon for having it on there? You know what I mean?
Ignorance show up.
Yeah, look, I mean, there are black people anti-Semitic. There are Jewish people who are racist. That's certainly true. But there is such a rich history, as you point out, Chuck. But for Jewish people, we are living in an environment of elevated anti-Semitism, as you explained in the intro. And just about an hour ago, the FBI released an alert about a potential imminent threat against Jewish institutions in New Jersey. We're dealing with, in 2021, the highest number of anti-Semitic incidents the ADL has ever tracked in 45 years of doing this work. So the community has an anxiety level that's high. And we need public figures, whether they're basketball players or hip-hop musicians or presidential candidates, to stop the hate once and for all.
Look, I want to go back to the Brooklyn Nets.
Nah, bro. They're not saying shit. We're going to dive into this for sure. We're going to dive some more into this because this is very, peculiar to me, bro. Real peculiar. They call you a bigot. They say that you're hateful. They say that what you're saying is wrong, but they don't tell you why it's wrong. They don't explain why it's wrong. They don't debunk what you're saying. I don't know, bruh. Keep your minds open, your ears open. Do your research. I'm about to do some research now. I'm about to do some research right now. But hey, man, let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. Remember to like, subscribe, and share, and be easy, bruh.